It's my birthday and we are making a film about the annual cycle of the ranch. It's not really a ranch, it's a scruffy hillside allotment on clay soil. And about 5 years ago I was extremely fortunate in being able to buy the field next door. So now it's effectively a 1.5 acre smallholding. And we are using the annual cycle of the allotment to talk about how I produce clean, unprocessed food versus the food that's widely available to most people, ultra-processed food in supermarkets. So it's sort of an alternative view to that. And within that annual cycle are just stories of my particular daily life. And I've written it all down in a book. Which effectively is volume 1, and this is the beginning of volume 2. So I'll just read the first page. This is an account based around the annual cycle of an allotment and includes tales of playing in rock and roll bands, making records, an engineering apprenticeship, letterpress printing, woodblock printing, keeping an old tractor on the road, going to medical school, working in an emergency department and more. It's all about peering between the cracks and challenging the norm, doing things your own way without necessarily towing the line. To produce a book, you're supposed to have an agent, an editor, a proofreader, a publisher and so on. And the same applies to making a film or making a record. I didn't bother with all that, I've never bothered. It all comes from the post-punk DIY ethic, and it's amazing how much you can do for yourself without all this external infrastructure. So I just did it, albeit with a bit of help from my brother and a few friends. And people said things like, oh, you should do a writing course, you should read lots. More detail, get rid of the swearing, keep the swearing. And perhaps the best bit of advice of all from my friend Taff was show, don't tell. So I've tried to incorporate all that into the book. I don't have time to read, I don't fancy a writing course, so it's turned out the way it is, raw, spiky, disjointed and vernacular. And that's just the way it's meant to be.
The kids are on the front path painting snails. The dog is on the settee.